Well, check this out. For many veterans, the memorials in Washington, D.C. represent a chapter of their lives they'll never forget. And next month, a group of local veterans will get the chance to see those memorials in person. That's all thanks to CSRA. It's an honor flight. The organization takes veterans to the nation's capital at no cost to them, giving them a day to reflect, remember, and be honored for their service. The next flight, it takes off from Columbia Metropolitan Airport September 12th. And joining us this morning is the Operations Director, Tim Mansell. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you, Xavier.
Absolutely. So first off, kind of tell me a little bit about this flight. Where did this idea come from?
Well, this started over 20 years ago. There are 130 approximately what we call hubs or branches of the National Honor Flight Network located around the country. And we're dedicated to honoring our veterans, especially those from World War II and Korea, and then the Vietnam War. And then we have just expanded into the Gulf War on Terror, but that's coming up in the future for us. Right now we have such a backlog of Vietnam veterans especially. There are over 20,000 in our coverage area that we'd like to reach.
Wow. And tell me, why is this so important to give these veterans the opportunity to go to D.C. to kind of see these things in person?
Well, many of them have never been there. Many of them, like in the group that we're taking, have mobility challenges and stuff. So if they do go there, they need to have someone assisting them to do that. Mm-hmm. The idea that these memorials were built for them, but yet they've never got to see them, wow, is significant, you know. So our goal is to make sure that they get to see them. And, you know, the Vietnam Wall, we have guys who are going to look for their buddies on that wall. So this is an opportunity for them to do that.
Gotcha. And essentially, this is an all-day trip. Kind of just walk us through what happens from the moment they wheels up and land in Washington, D.C. Like, walk us through what does that look like? Okay,
it's a big day. So starting about 5 a.m. in the Columbia Metropolitan Airport, veterans are going to start to arrive. We'll be checking them in. Each veteran will be assigned a guardian. They've actually already been assigned their guardian, and they've already met one another. The guardian and the veteran will then select a wheelchair, because every veteran takes a wheelchair, and then they proceed through the TSA checkpoint, get on the aircraft. Aircraft will be wheels up around 7:25 a.m., lands at Reagan Airport in Washington at 9 o'clock. From there, we have 2 tour buses that will pick them up, and they will start driving through the different memorials in D.C. The mall, the National Mall, they're going to spend several hours there because they're going to get to visit the World War II. They'll get to visit the Korean War Memorial and then the Vietnam Wall, as well as the Lincoln Memorial. Okay, they're also going to visit the Iwo Jima Marine Corps Memorial, the Air Force Memorial, the 9/11 Memorial at the Pentagon, and they will be served lunch and dinner, you know, in the midst of all that.
And I can only assume that this is an emotional day for some of the veterans. Kind of just tell me, what's the feedback that you guys get from the veterans after they come back from Washington?
Well, I've only been on one honor flight, but I have friends. Our board president has been on 6, and basically these guys served, especially during Vietnam. When they come home, the political climate in the country wasn't so welcoming. This is an opportunity for us to make up for that. And these guys feel that it's really helped them connect with their service in a more positive way.
Absolutely. And one of the things that really stands out is this trip is at no cost to the veterans. Kind of just tell me, how is that possible? How do you guys make that possible?
Okay, we basically through donations. We have corporate sponsors, some significant corporate sponsors here in Columbia. Hood Construction, which is here on the south side of Columbia, was one of our major sponsors. We have, you know, various other major sponsors in the CSRA in the Midlands that have supported us, and then we have individual donors. So about 1/3 of our funds come from corporate sponsors, and 2/3 come from individual donors. You know, $100, $200 at a time, $50. Something like that.
And for folks who may be watching and they're thinking like, I'm not a veteran, but I want to help. What are the opportunities that are out there that they can help with this program, and how can they get involved?
Okay, the biggest way if you're young enough and physically fit, is to be a guardian. And a guardian is assigned to each veteran, and basically you are that veteran's valet for the day. You take care of everything, all of his needs, so that the veteran doesn't have to worry about anything. That's the biggest thing you can do. We also have lots of volunteer opportunities for flight preparations at the airport, checking in. In the evening, we will have a homecoming celebration, so you can assist with the setup for that. Each veteran gets a backpack. We have to have volunteers to put all the materials in the backpack. There's a lot of different things that people can do. Our website, if you go in and sign up to volunteer, someone from our staff will be back to you within a day.
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to ask you about the homecoming. Kind of just tell us, what does that look like once they land from Washington back into Columbia? There is a homecoming. What does that look like?
Well, the homecoming is just a big, loud, boisterous, enthusiastic celebration. When the veterans exit the aircraft, there will be a band playing on the air side of the airport. A bagpiper is going to lead them over the air bridge at Columbia into the land side. There we will have the U.S. Marine Corps Band from Parris Island, has a 5-piece brass ensemble that will be playing for the veterans. We have the Quilts of Valor, which is a charitable nonprofit that makes quilts for veterans, is going to make a presentation to our veterans. They will get gift bags. It's going to be significant, and we expect a lot of people to be there. And we, through this telecast, hopefully we can encourage people to come. September 12th, I would think 6:30 p.m. it would be the latest that you would want to arrive.
Gotcha. And my last question for you: when you guys send these veterans there, what is it that you want them to take back from the experience? Obviously, I know that they'll be going to visit these memorials and seeing the names of some of the people that they fought with side by side. What do you want them to take back from this experience?
Gratitude. We as a community are showing gratitude to them for their service and what they've done. We just want them to know that as veterans, we honor everything that they've done for us.
Absolutely. Well, Tim, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for watching again. If you want to be there for the homecoming parade, that's going to be September 12th, around 6:30 is when they should get there to cheer those veterans and thank them for their services. We're going to place this full interview on our website, WLTX.com. We'll be right back.